In Ghana, watching TV is becoming a luxury. DStv Premium costs about $83 a month here. In Nigeria, the exact same package is $29. And it's not just TV. Internet bundles are no better. Many believe 100 cedis should last a full month, but with MTN, it often disappears in days. Ghanaians are fed up. Now the government is taking the fight directly to MultiChoice Ghana. In early August, Communication Minister Honorable Samuel Nate George gave DStv a clear order: cut subscription fee in Ghana by 30% before August 7th. His words were direct. He also accused the company of cheating Ghanaians for years and told the National Communication Authority, the NCA, to act fast.
I made the announcement that I had directed MultiChoice to be present at the ministry for a meeting. At that meeting, we requested a 30% reduction in pricing for subscribers of MultiChoice Ghana's packages. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures had to be responsive to Ghana's current economic context. I made a formal request of 30% reduction in the package pricing and gave a deadline of July 21st for a formal response from MultiChoice. On the 21st of July this year, I received a 9-page letter from MultiChoice detailing why they were refusing to reduce their pricing. Their reasons included that the cedi had depreciated in the preceding 8 years by 240%. And they claimed that my request for a reduction on the basis of the appreciation of the cedi was unfounded because, in their words, the appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi over the last 6 months has been a fluke which could not be sustainable. As minister, my fidelity is to the Ghanaian people. I have had to act in the interest of the Ghanaian people. And I believe that the Ghanaian people have been fleeced and exploited for too long. I wrote back to the NCA on Monday and directed the NCA in that letter to suspend the broadcasting license of DStv effective 7th of August 2025 if they fail to effect a reduction in their bundle prices. I cannot, as minister, serving the Ghanaian people, continue to watch what can best be described as plain stealing happening to the Ghanaian people.
In fact, MultiChoice called that demand not tenable. They warned a 30% cut could hurt service quality and even lead to job losses. Their counter offer was freeze prices where they are now and stop spending revenue abroad, but the minister called it inadequate. In fact, the NCA then issued a formal suspension notice. MultiChoice now has until September 6th to respond or face further action. This isn't just about one company, it's about years of unequal pricing. The cedi has gained over 40% in value this year, yet prices here remain much higher than countries with weaker currencies. And Ghana sees the same pattern with internet data, bank charges, and other essential services.
Well, I made it clear when I did my accountability series that if they did not come to us with a reduction for the Ghanaian people, I had made a request for 30%. If they did not do that, I was going to trigger the suspension.
30% or nothing less?
That's my ask, 30%. And there's a reason behind the 30%. Some people have said, oh, why don't you do 10%, 15%? In April this year, MultiChoice increased their prices by 15%. In April this year. At that time, the cedi had appreciated by about 10% against the dollar. What was the reason for MultiChoice's increases over the last 8 years? Depreciation of the cedi, high interest rates, instability of the currency. As at April this year that they did a 15% increase, we had stability of the currency and appreciation of the currency. We had dropping inflation rates. The macroeconomic indicators were looking better. So there was absolutely no justification for that 15%. So I'm reversing that 15% and then demanding a further 15% for the Ghanaian people. So,
and this is non-negotiable.
They have said to me that they have a position that says we are not going to drop by even 1 cent. And I've said to them, and you see, my advice to businesses is don't fight your regulator. You can't fight a regulator and win. I have taken steps, and you see, when I say that I have engaged, I've gone as far as speaking to the South African Minister for ICT, Suli Matlasi, to speak to them. But MultiChoice is taking a recalcitrant position because they think, and it's wrong calculation, that the Ghanaian people will turn on Sam George because of the EPL. But you see, as a regulator, we have a responsibility where there is a monopoly to act in the interest of the people. And this behavior is not the first time. In 2023, in Malawi, the ministry there, in fact, in that case, they just shut them down, asked them to leave because the prices were exorbitant. MultiChoice went to court, sued the government, went to court, lost the case, and 4 months later came back, offered 1 week free for every subscriber, and dropped the prices. In Liberia, in 2023 as well, there was a similar agitation. They slashed the premium package by $30 and the lower packages by $17. In Nigeria, in 2024, they announced an increase. In Nigeria, they have a consumer protection agency. They went to court, sued MultiChoice, and got the court to rule against MultiChoice. And the Nigerian House of Reps passed an instruction prohibiting the increases in Nigeria. Ghanaians must know that as minister, my fidelity is to them.
Meanwhile, French media giant Canal Plus is moving toward a full takeover of MultiChoice. Yes, South Africa's competition tribunal has given conditional approval.
Yes.
They're going to be taken over by, is it Canal Plus?
Yeah. Yes, Canal Plus has gotten the all clear from the competition commission in South Africa.
Okay.
I believe that should kick in sometime in September. Yes. And so,
how does that affect this whole, discussion?
Canal Plus are the ones taking over. They are aware of the situation going on here, and I've made it clear to them. They've reached out.
They've reached out to you.
They have, and I've made it clear to them. If they want to come into Ghana and operate on the license that the company they are buying has, this is our request. I want them. They've made certain indications, and I've said to them, I want it in writing. I don't want to take public policy decisions on the basis of phone calls that have been made to me. Put it in an official letter.
When they reached out to you, were they willing to reduce the prices?
Canal Plus is willing to talk to us. I would not run away from the fact that Canal Plus's attitude is light years more positive than that of MultiChoice. MultiChoice seems to be just wanting to cash out, because they're about to leave. But you've cashed out enough in Ghana.
Across Africa, regulators are starting to treat pay TV less like a luxury and more like a consumer utility, just like water or electricity. If the suspension happens, Ghanaians could lose access to major football games, global news coverage, and popular entertainment channels. Consumer groups support the push for fairer prices, but some experts warn too much pressure could scale off future investments. Parliament has also shown interest because this could set continental precedent for pay TV policy. The August 7th deadline has passed. Now the focus is on MultiChoice's next move. Would they agree to lower prices or call the government a bluff? Here is the big question. Should Ghana risk losing DStv to fairer prices or keep paying more for uninterrupted services? Share your thought with us in the comment section below. And that is all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Have a joyful life and see you in the next one. Mackerel.